Iguanas are falling from the sky? Careful what you put on YouTube. You just may find it in your Christmas stocking. And no, you're not becoming an old curmudgeon. Music these days, just not as good as it used to be. Caution, I'm down to one last New Year's resolution to break, and the day is young. Welcome to the Week in Review. I'm KJ Allen from Wave 104.1. Back in the old studio again. Glad to be here, man. This is exciting. Even this guy's back to work for the new year. Hey. It's good to see him. He's always sitting there very quietly. I'm not sure what he does, but he's very punctual, so we appreciate all of his efforts, absolutely. I'll review some of the shenanigans that happened over the Christmas and New Year holiday, but first, let's get to the news. It has been cold in coastal Georgia. How cold has it been? Well, I'm no meteorologist. I leave that up to meteorologist John Weatherby, but I can tell you a few of the things I've noticed here around the radio station. First of all, our actual frequency, okay, is 104.1, but when you factor in the wind, it's been 31.2. Yeah, that is really cold right there. Our own Joe Willie has turned in his Hawaiian shirts for Hawaiian parkas. Yes. Also, it's been so cold that our own Tater had a heating pad sewn into his long johns. Okay. No, you don't have to show it off. No, thank you. Also, it's been so cold here in Brunswick and the Golden Isles that my own boss, Mark, this is really nice. This happened a couple of days ago out in the hallway. He stopped by and said, had a very nice conversation with me, even complimented me on the radio program. Okay, that actually didn't happen. It'd have to be a cold day somewhere else for that to happen. In other news, gas prices in coastal Georgia on the rise. We're now paying well over $2.50 per gallon of self-serve regular gasoline. AAA says the reason for the rise in the price is the cold weather. What? I know. I don't know how that works exactly, but what we did, we had our crack team of researchers here at the Week in Review put together this flowchart to show exactly how the cold weather has something to do with the price of gas. As you can see, it all starts there, upper left-hand corner. It moves down there. You factor in the temperature, and there, and there you go. That's how you get high gas prices. Okay, that explains a lot. Even temperatures in Florida have been very cold, well into the 20s. Researchers say that once temperatures drop into... Okay, that was a little disturbing. What was that exactly? There's an iguana in the studio. That is very disturbing.
It's a prop.
Oh, okay, it's a prop for the story. I think someone needs to return this iguana to the rightful owner, please. Iguanas will drop from trees. When temperatures drop below freezing, the iguanas actually sort of shut down. They go in hibernation mode. Their heart is barely beating. Their blood flow is just barely going through their little iguana veins, and they're paralyzed. They say that if they can get back to the heat, they'll actually live, but if not, they can die. Yes, very scary. In other news, move over, Hamburglar. Police in Kansas City are on the lookout for a woman who had an issue with her 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, and cheese. Workers at a McDonald's say the lady became angry over her burger. She started to dump a bucket of water over the counter. She knocked over 3 cash registers, a glass display. Video released in hopes that someone will identify who this woman is. In other news, Britney Spears back on the road again. She's visiting with fans at area McDonald's across the country. All right. Music has gotten louder over the last 10 years. Does that make it better? No. According to our engineer and other people that know more about music and sound than I do, the opposite is true. You see, here's what happens. I'm going to have to read this word for word because I can't remember this. Dynamic compression of music softens the loud parts of music and magnifies the quiet parts, effectively making a song jump out of an iPod or radio speakers. Over the last decade, this has been more and more of a common practice. Also, the compression that allows you to store 50 quadrillion songs on your iPod makes small nuances of the original recording not as noticeable anymore, and also introduces a lot of extra noise. So, if you've noticed that music is not as good as it used to be, you're exactly right. With the exception of one song, of course, and that's this one right here. Yeah, the greatest song of all time. Right there. All right, a week or two back, I was a little late arriving to my air shift here at Wave 104.1, and Tater filled in for me. Well, he kind of had a little fun at my expense. Let's roll the tape.
Wave 104.1, Coastal Georgia's best country. All right, now, as you know, KJ was late today. I know he just got here a few minutes ago, but the owner of the radio station who comes once a year, one time a year, today was the day he showed up, and of course, KJ decided to come in late. Now, they are in Joe Willie's office right now, hashing it out, and I have snuck a microphone in the office, so let's take a listen to what they're saying.
We have sort of a problem here. I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. I'm also going to need you to go ahead and come in on Sunday. So, any questions?
No.
Oh, man, poor KJ. All right, well, we're going to keep things rolling here. Hopefully he'll be back on in just a minute.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was a little hurt by that. Tater, was obviously trying to have a little bit of fun, but I'm kind of sensitive. And furthermore, where was I earlier that day? Well, I don't really like to talk about things that I do when I'm not on the air, but I'll let these pictures speak for themselves. This first one here, I started off the day feeding the hungry that morning. A little bit later on, I can't remember for sure if I was building a house or an orphanage. It was one or the other here that I was doing. Later on, just after lunch, I grabbed a quick bite to eat, and I decided to stop in and teach some children how to read. Remember that part? And this was the part that really made me late right here. I started this around 2:15 or so in the afternoon. I was actually making a dog well again. So, I have to tell you, Tater, what you said really hurt, and now that you know where I was, I hope that you feel bad about yourself. Okay. I have to give a shout-out to my grandpa, one of my faithful viewers of the Week in Review. Hey, Paul, thanks a lot for listening. You may remember back in December, I had this little video clip here, gift ideas for the incredibly cheap. Roll the tape. All right, first of all, what can you give that's really cheap? How about this? See this? A drinking straw. Huh? Not bad, huh? How about a free subscription to Google? It's a good gift idea. Hot sauce, or maybe mild sauce. Well, my grandpa picked up on the idea, and here's how he surprised his grandson. That's funny. A straw, gifts for the ridiculously cheap. A straw. What else did you get? Wow, even some horsey sauce. Very nice. Yes, that's good stuff right there. Next year, I'm going to have to do a tape of me giving a 1966 Ford Mustang convertible, baby blue preferably, to someone. And maybe, Grandpa, start writing the check, okay? That's going to do it for the Week in Review. Have a great week, for goodness sake. Going to leave you with some more video of the Christmas of 2009.
Turn it up, son. All right, boys. This is her favorite song, you know that, right? So we play it good and loud. She might get up and dance again. That honky-tonk